Okay, so for this thought bubble video, I wanted to talk about K-tubers who make Nugu-based K-pop videos, meaning they are making videos, a fun playlist video or something talking about Nugu groups that people need to know about or promoting Nugu groups, but these groups are not actually Nugu at all, and I wanted to talk about that. So yeah, let's get into the video. They make Nugu-based K-pop video, playlist videos, or any harmless videos based on Nugu groups when these K-tubers don't even know what actual Nugus are, and they just add anyone in the video and call them Nugus without actually knowing if they're Nugus or not, because these K-tubers don't do research at all. I am allowed to talk about this, and I'm gonna say it honestly and not filter anything because I am a Nugu expert, and it's all thanks to Ploopy678 or Evangeline, who made a video in 2019 tier ranking the least viewed girl group music videos that she asked her subscribers to send in, and that video had the Nuguest of Nugu girl groups in that, and that was the reason I started digging deep into Nugudam and finding hidden gems and promoting all these Nugu groups, and became the Nugu expert that I am today, promoting boy groups, girl groups, co-ed groups, and soloists of any genre, any type of music, good or bad or whatever, basing video ideas mostly on Nugu and popular artists rather than more popular artists, because I love Nugu and popular groups, and it's all thanks to Ploopy678. And before her, I knew Nugu groups like Girl Kind and Neon Punch, Cherry on Top, Busters, BB Ended, Arias, etc. But I didn't know even more Nugu groups than them. I wasn't a complete Nugu fan. I just knew some Nugu groups, but not all of them. So the thing is, K-tubers make videos related to Nugu groups, and the groups that they add in the video are mostly kind of more well-known, better budgeted Nugu groups or unpopular groups that K-tubers or other K-pop stans quite a bit know about these groups. Like they are not super popular, but the thing is, some K-tubers, if you ask them about these groups, or some K-pop stans, if you ask them about these groups, they know that these groups exist, they know about them, and these groups are more better budgeted groups. Like for example, ILY1, CSR, who else is there? Gugudan, Pixie, maybe Trends, maybe Weekend, maybe Very, maybe TNX, maybe groups like Way, OVI, I don't know how to pronounce their names, and groups like these, and groups like these basically. And then they will also add very rarely extremely Nugu groups like Majors, or maybe add like Girl Kind, or groups like these that are actually Nugu groups. And the thing is, these K-tubers, they make these videos and add any type of group in this video without thinking much when they make Nugu based videos. And it's so annoying to me because they don't know who actual Nugu groups are, and some of the groups, or at least quite a lot of the groups that they add in the video, are not actually Nugus. They are more B-C listers. They are not super popular, but they fall under unpopular categories, meaning they are unpopular groups, but they are not Nugu groups because their sales don't show that they are Nugu groups. And the thing is, you can go on Google and search up certain groups and look at their sales. Like there are websites that show you the sales of different K-pop groups and even show you sales of Nugu and unpopular groups. Like for example, if you go on Google and type Rocket Punch album sales, you go to a specific website that does album sales, they will show you Rocket Punch's album sales since their debut, which is 2019, and they actually show you an organized list, like how many album sales they sold in 2019, how many album sales they had for their next comeback, how many album sales for the next comeback, and then they will show you the total number of album sales for each year, like a debut in 2019, how many albums did they sell in 2019, and things like these. And these websites show you, so you can do a quick research on these groups and see that these groups are not Nugu at all. Why do you add these groups to your videos when they're not Nugu at all? The video that made me think about this, the K-tuber that made this video that made me think about this, to add this to my video, called Way, OVI, I don't know how to pronounce their name, as one of the best Nugu BGs, which is a harmless thing to say when you read it. But if you do a quick Google search to look at VA's album sales, as I said, from the website that shows you album sales, and go to the website that is Korean Sales TWT.blogspot.com, IDK, how accurate they are with album sales, which I always used to see album sales for K-pop groups. It shows that VA's Korean sales are exactly 653,000 653,817 total of all the album sales combined from their debut to 2025. So how does that make them Nugus exactly? They probably fall more under, like, unpopular categories because they're not super popular yet. But having 653,817 total sales from their debut up till now shows that they are not Nugus. So how are they Nugu BGs? And it's so like dumb for this KTuber to call them the best Nugu BGs when they are not even Nugus at all. They fall probably under BC lister categories. And even looking from the point of when this KTuber released the video in 2023, removing the 2025 comeback, their sales are still high enough for them to not be classified as Nugus. So I don't understand what's Nugu about them when their sales show otherwise. And yeah, so why do KTubers add literally any group to their videos without knowing if these groups are Nugu at all? They'll make the videos titling them Nugu groups, y'all should check out, or make it some harmless title because the video is a harmless one. It's a fun playlist video. But the thing is, the content in the video is not correct. As I said, this KTuber added VI and called them the best Nugu BGs when their sales are super high enough for them to not be Nugus. How is a group that sold over 600,000 album sales since debut a Nugu group? Tell me that. This is why I'm so annoyed when KTubers make Nugu groups and don't add actual Nugu groups to their videos. Maybe they'll add one or two Nugu groups, but the other groups are not actually Nugus. So when I make Nugu group videos or Nugu unpopular group videos, I try to not add certain groups to my videos to make it more authentic and more real, to show you guys that these are actual Nugu groups, these are actual unpopular artists and stuff. So that's why I try to omit more well-known Nugu or unpopular groups, because of the fact that they might not be actually Nugu, they might not be actually unpopular and stuff like that. But these KTubers, they make these videos, they don't care. They will add VI, they will add trends, they will add any sort of group that has a better budget that they know of and call them Nugus. They literally classify everyone as Nugus when it's so stupid when they're not even Nugus. If they're counting groups like VI as Nugus who have sold over 600,000 K sales, then why don't they classify Blackpink as Nugus? Why, when they've sold maybe billions of albums, why don't they classify Red Velvet as Nugus, Twice as Nugus, BTS as Nugus, EXO as Nugus? Why don't they classify popular groups as Nugus? If they can classify groups that are more on the unpopular side, they are more B, C lister groups as Nugus, then they should classify popular groups as Nugus as well. These KTubers, they don't properly research when they do their videos, and these videos will come off as harmless to a lot of people because they don't know Nugu groups and stuff much well, and they'll be like, oh, this group, I don't know about them, but I'll check them out. Or people who actually do know the group, they will not say anything because they also probably believe that these groups are Nugu, when in fact these groups are not Nugu. You can do a simple Google search and look at the album sales and you will find it. Like, is it so hard to do that? Is it so hard to do a bit of research before making these videos? These videos come off as harmless on the surface, but when you properly analyze these videos, you will know that these videos are not harmless at all. These are just KTubers being dumb and stupid. In conclusion, KTubers should not be making Nugu based K-pop videos if they're not going to do a bit of research beforehand, or if they don't have a bit of Nugu knowledge at least. I know these videos are supposed to be harmless, but what's so harmless about a video where KTubers are literally calling anyone and their mothers Nugu groups? Like for the KTuber adding Way or VI in their video, I don't know how you pronounce their name, and calling them the best Nugu BGs. But when I saw that, I did a bit of research on Google. I searched up the album sales and I found out that they sold over 600,000 plus 600,000 plus album sales, leading them to be more unpopular, maybe like in the B or C lister category and not Nugus anymore. They have sold a total of 600,000 plus album sales since their debut, which means that they are outside of Nugudam. They have way past Nugudam. So how did this KTuber just casually call them the best Nugu BGs? Because this KTuber never did research. I don't want KTubers like them who make Nugu based K-pop videos and then add groups like these that are not even Nugu. They will make these Nugu based K-pop videos but add only one or two groups that are actually Nugus, and the rest of the groups added in the videos are not Nugus at all, and they are just unpopular groups or B or C lister groups, and they are not Nugus. So what's so Nugu based about the video when your group is focused more on BC listers and unpopular groups that have passed Nugudam? It's so annoying to me because I did a bit of research and found out Ray's album sales. So why can't you? Why can't you do a bit of research on the groups that you add in your video? If you're adding about 10 groups in these Nugu based videos, then why can't you do a bit of research on every single one of them to see if they're actually Nugu or not? Why do you just add them to your video because you like, just add them to your video because you don't care? I just don't understand. I think that some KTubers make these Nugu based videos and just add any random group in the video and call them Nugus and label them as Nugus because they are not super popular. What I mean to say is that KTubers probably view these groups, probably they see these groups as not so popular, and so they call them Nugus, even if they could be selling well enough to be past Nugudam, to be in the BC list category, to be like even more higher than Nugudam, even if they're not super popular. So I believe that KTubers view that KTubers see these groups as oh, this group is not so popular, that means they must be Nugus. I believe that KTubers have this mindset. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe that KTubers have this mindset. And yeah, so why can't KTubers just do a bit of research? When I make videos on certain video ideas, like for example, K-pop adult groups, like sharing different K-pop adult groups, I will go to many different K-pop groups that I know of that have a wiki on them on K profiles, because K profiles list down the ages of the members, the names, and different informations about them. So I will go to K profiles to look at these idols' ages to confirm whether they're adults or no. And sometimes KTubers will not have the ages listed, and when they don't have the ages listed, I do not add the group in the video. So I will go through each and every group's picture on the K profiles and each and every group to properly check if their ages match with the video idea that I'm doing, which is adult K-pop groups, and I will add them in the video if they're adults. And I know a lot of Nugu groups. I know so many Nugu groups that I take some time when I make these video ideas so that I can properly research on these groups and add all of them. And I know a lot more Nugu groups than the KTubers that make these Nugu based ideas know of. So why can't KTubers do a bit of research? Like, I do so much of research when I make these videos, so my videos come off as properly researched, authentic, I guess the word is, and real to the ideas, where I'm not spreading some sort of misinformation. Like if I'm making an adult group video idea, why would I add a group like IVE or ILIT that have minors in them? I think IVE have minors in them. I don't know. Why would I add a group like Baby Monsters? Baby Monster has minors in them. If I'm making an adult K-pop group video, why would I add groups with minors in them? So why are you as a KTuber making Nugu based video ideas and adding groups that are not even Nugu in them? This shows that you just made the video idea because you thought it was a fun idea to make, because you want to promote these Nugu groups, but these groups are not actually Nugu. You just never did any research. You as a KTuber shouldn't be a KTuber if you're just making these videos that are misinformation, I would count it as, because you are adding groups that are selling much better than Nugu groups actually sell, and you're calling them as Nugus. And I also think that it's kind of disrespectful to the group to be calling them Nugus, because their album sales actually show that they are doing better and they are more on the path to popularity than they are to Nugudam, because their album sales are more than what Nugu groups actually sell. I do believe that you are disrespecting these groups by calling them Nugus because of the fact that they are selling more than Nugu groups actually sell. And I'm not saying that being a Nugu is a bad title to give them or something, but the thing is, these groups are actually selling better than actual Nugu groups sell, and yet you're calling them Nugus. Once you dig deep into Nugudam to know what actual Nugus are and what actual Nugu groups are, then you know that a lot of your videos are really badly made. In the past, I've made a lot of videos that were really badly made because I never properly did any research on these groups. I didn't have much knowledge on things. But nowadays, I have a lot of knowledge on K-pop, and I try to make my videos better and leave out certain ideas because I know that I'll make them wrong and I won't make them correctly. Either I will be biased in those video ideas, or maybe I will say something wrong because I don't know things. So why can't you as KTubers leave the Nugu group video ideas out if you all don't know how to properly make these Nugu group ideas, because you'll add these groups that are not even Nugu to them. And yeah, so that's all I wanted to say. So please stop making these Nugu group video ideas if you don't know what actual Nugus are. Shining through the